Namaskaram. Welcome to Sadhguru Darshan YouTube channel.
You will inevitably draw certain negative forces towards you. All kinds of things will happen, everything goes wrong. You don't worry about occult. Such things cannot impact a person.
Where Rudraksh?
Rudraksh, as a seed, this tree mainly grows at certain altitude.
Okay.
Somewhere between 6,500 to 12,000 altitude is where Rudraksh grows in the Himalayan region.
Okay.
And it has very unique vibrations. So a person who is constantly traveling wears a Rudraksh so that he has a cocoon of his own energy, that the outside energies does not disturb him. He has we call this a kavacha. You know what's a kavacha? It's more like a cocoon. It's a cocoon of your own energy. Wherever you go, you have your private bedroom going with you. It travels with you wherever you go. For people who are in family and social situations, the best thing to wear is always the five-faced Rudraksh. It is best that it is given to you by somebody who knows what it is. Simply buying it off the shelf from in some shop and wearing it is not a good thing. Normally, the Rudraksh that you find here is always sourced through… There are families who have been dealing with Rudraksh for thousands of years, the same family. They hold it as a sacred duty. It's not just business for them. There's another seed called Bhadraksh, which grows extensively in the northern plains of India, which is a poisonous seed, which looks exactly like this. And especially for the Western tourists in India, now we are making very nice plastic Rudraksh, which looks wonderful, better than this, but it's plastic Rudraksh, okay? So, it is best that it is always taken through a known source, otherwise all kinds of things will come.
Don't wear ring on your thumb.
I see today, lot of these, for lack of vocabulary, I'm saying, this new age type of people, they're all wearing metal rings on their thumb.
Yes.
Say, if you put a metal ring on your thumb, you will inevitably draw certain negative forces towards you. Does not mean you will be necessarily possessed, but you will trip and fall for nothing. All kinds of things will happen, everything goes wrong.
Yes.
Simple things. I don't know if you have met people or you have been one of them at some time, where when things start going wrong, they go wrong in a series, serial trippings. Not one or two, simply
Yes.
it keeps happening. Everything and everything goes wrong. From small things to big things. Simply because they would have attracted certain dimensions of energy, which is not conducive for doing anything in the world, but it could be conducive to do something else. Only those who want to do occult practices would wear a ring on the thumb.
Okay.
But today, either out of ignorance or fashion, once you put metal on the thumb, you're inviting this.
Meditate in Dhyanalinga.
There are hundreds of people who think they are possessed and all this, and we just tell them, you come and sit in the sphere of Dhyanalinga, because there are occult dimensions to Dhyanalinga which just nullifies all this. They go out completely free because the occult dimensions are taken care of in the Dhyanalingam area.
Okay.
One Paurnami or Amavasya, when things are more receptive for you, just one day, just sit there and go.
Be in touch with Devi.
If you are in touch with Devi, either in the form of yantra or in whichever way, the yantra is in your hands or it's in your heart, it's up to you. Once you are wrapped in the energy that we are referring to as Devi or Bhairavi, after that, energy is turning negative for you doesn't happen. So, if you just make sure you are eating the right kind of food, you are keeping your system well, the chances of you getting messed up because of some other energy or something should be completely out of your life. That Devi will take care.
Practice meditation.
If you are truly meditative, don't even bother about occult. Such things will have no influence on a person who is truly meditative.
Okay.
If you know at least a little bit of silence in you, at least few moments of silence in you in a day, you don't worry about occult. Such things cannot impact a person who knows the stillness of his inner being. Someone said, man is ill only because he doesn't know how to be still.
Exactly.
It's perfectly correct. It's perfectly right. All the illnesses have happened because they don't know how to be still. Especially those which affect your mind, especially those which happen because of other influences. These things are possible only because there is no stillness. So right now with the process of meditation, you are bringing that stillness into your life. If you are still, you will not be ill.
Bring stability in your thoughts and emotions.
Above all, keeping yourself. The more mentally, emotionally distracted and unfocused you are, the more you're susceptible to these forces. If you are in a certain level of focus and determination, you will see these things may exist. They may be like a small road, a bump in the road. They won't be a crash. But if you're in a certain level of destabilization in your emotion and mind, it could lead to a crash.
In this video, Sadhguru talks about how some people use special powers to hurt others, and they can even cause death. This happens a lot in certain parts of India. There is a special book called Atharvana Veda that teaches how to use these powers for good or bad. These powers can affect anyone, even if they are not being targeted. It's like when people shoot guns at each other on the street. Someone who is just walking by could get hurt. But Sadhguru says that if we learn certain practices, we can protect ourselves from these harmful energies. Sadhguru suggests using Rudraksh, a seed that grows in a certain altitude, as a protective cocoon of personal energy to ward off external disturbances. It is recommended to wear Five-faced Rudraksh, preferably obtained from a knowledgeable source, to navigate family and social situations effectively. Black magic or occult is when people use special powers to do bad things to others. They might use things like hair, clothes, or pictures of the person, or just even look at them. Black magic has been around for a long time, and we need to be careful because there are not many people who truly want help us in the world. Sometimes people can do bad things to other people using something called black magic. It can make you feel scared and have bad dreams about falling, or your skin might look darker. It can also give you headache and make you act strange. Black magic can make good things go bad and make you feel very confused. Let me ask you some questions. Are you or your family a victim of recurring accidents? Do you feel being surrounded by bad luck all the time? Are you feeling mentally and emotionally controlled all the time? Are you losing out on jobs, occupations, or business very often? Do you think you are harming yourself physically, mentally, or financially? Do you have constant feeling of unhappiness? Are you losing enthusiasm for life and often think of giving up on family? Is your relationship failing even after trying too hard? Comment your answers below and continue watching the video. I'm sure you will get an answer to these questions. A long time ago, Arjuna asked a wise person Krishna a question. Arjuna wanted to know why some people act in bad ways even if they have same divine energy inside of them. Krishna thought it was funny because he had already taught Arjuna many things. But Arjuna still had this simple question. Krishna explained that God is like pure energy without any special qualities. This means that this energy can be used for good things or bad things. For example, a tiger that wants to eat you and a god that wants to save you both have the same energy inside of them, but they use it in a different ways. It's like when you drive a car, it can be helpful or dangerous depending on how you use it. Yes, people can do something called black magic. It can be used for good or bad purposes. But what I have noticed is that most of this time it is all in your mind. Sometimes a little bit of black magic might be involved, but the rest of it is just your mind making you scared and upset. For example, if someone wants to make you go crazy, they don't have to do any black magic. They can just put scary symbols outside your house like a skull and blood, and that can make you feel sick and make everything in your life go wrong. But nothing magical has happened. It's just that those symbols make you scared and that affects your mind. So most of the time, black magic is just in your head. Even if someone does use black magic on you, only a small part of it is real. The rest of it is you making yourself feel bad. That's why they use symbols, because they know how much your mind can affect you. Once you see those symbols, you start to destroy yourself. Negative influences are things or actions that can have a bad impact on us. They can include things like black magic, occult, sorcery, and witchcraft. These things might sound interesting, but they can cause problems for us. They can affect our lives in a negative way and create disturbances. However, there are things we can do to protect ourselves from these negative influences and stay safe. Rudraksh is a special seed that comes from a tree that grows in the mountains. It has special energy that can help protect a person when they are traveling. It's like having a special shield around you that keeps you safe from outside energies. For people who are always with their family and friends, it's best to wear different kind of Rudraksh seeds that has 5 faces. It's important to get these seeds from trusted sources because there is another seed that looks the same but it is poisonous. I have noticed that many people these days who might be called new age types are wearing metal rings on their thumbs. But actually wearing a ring on your thumb can bring some negative things into your life. It does not mean you will be possessed, but you might have accidents or things might go wrong for no reason. From small things to big things, just because you have attracted certain types of energy that are not good for getting things done in the world. Only people who want to do special practices would wear a ring on their thumb. But nowadays some people wear them without knowing the effect or just because it's trendy, and that's not a good idea. There are many people who believe that they are controlled by something. We have a special place called Dhyanalinga that can help them. It has some special powers that can make those bad things go away. Just one day, go sit in Dhyanalinga and you will feel better. If you have a special connection with Devi, which can be in the form of a symbol or in any other ways, it's like having Devi's power in your hands or in your heart. When you have this power, bad things won't happen to you. So if you eat healthy and take care of yourselves, you won't have to worry about negative things affecting you because Devi will protect you. If you learn how to be very calm and peaceful inside, you won't be affected by scary or strange things. Some people say that people get sick because they can't be still and calm. This is especially true for sickness that affect the mind and are caused by other things. These sicknesses happen because there is no space and stillness. But when you meditate, you bring that peace and stillness into your life. The more you are not paying attention and feeling worried or upset, the easier it is for bad things to affect you. But if you stay focused and determined, those bad things won't bother you as much. However, if you are feeling really upset and not thinking clearly, it could lead to a big problem. You know how electricity can be used to power your home and make your lights turn on. Well, energy is kind of like that too. It can be used for good things or bad things, just like electricity. It all depends on how it is being used by someone. So energy itself is not a good or bad. It is just a type of power that can be used in different ways. Yes, there is a way to use negative energy to hurt someone. But if you are doing spiritual practices, you don't have to worry about it. You can also wear a certain kind of bead called a Rudraksh to protect yourself from negativity. But really, you don't need to worry about it. Inner engineering is like a special tool for feeling good and being happy. It comes from an ancient science called yoga. It is a program that helps you to grow and become a better person. It changes the way you see and understand things in your life, like your school, your family, and the world around you. It helps you feel less stressed and teaches you simple and powerful practices to make your body and mind healthy. It also helps you have a good relationship with others and be happy with yourself. It teaches you how to handle the busy and fast world we live in and helps you reach your full potential. One special part of the program is a practice called Shambhavi Mahamudra, which is the powerful exercise that many people all over the world do. It helps your body, mind, emotions, and energy work together in a good way. People have done different studies on Shambhavi Mahamudra. Some studies looked at how it affects people's health and if they need to take medicine. Some studies even looked at how it makes people feel better overall and helps from pay attention for longer. Meditation can help make our hearts healthier. Some scientists did some research and found that people who do a specific kind of meditation called Shambhavi Mahamudra have better heart health. They have a special system in their bodies that helps their heart work well, and their heart rate is more flexible, which is a good thing. This means they are better at handling stressful situations and are less likely to have a heart problem like heart disease or high blood pressure. So meditation can help us have a stronger hearts and be healthier overall. When people meditate, it can make their brains work better. A study found that when people meditate, the different parts of the brain can work together better. This means that information can travel between different parts of the brain more easily. When this happens, people can think better and be more creative. It can also help them feel happier and be better handling their emotions. The researchers looked at different signals in the brain called alpha, beta, delta, and theta. They found that people who practiced Shambhavi and had more alpha signals, which means they were less stressed. They also had more delta and theta signals and fewer beta signals. This means they were less likely to feel anxious or excited. The researchers also found that higher theta and delta signals showed that the person can go to deeper state of meditation. They compared the delta signals and alpha signals to having a sixth sense that helps you understand others better. When people meditate, it can help them sleep better. In a study, they looked at 15 men who meditated and compared them to 15 men who did not meditate. The meditators and had learned a specific type of meditation called Shambhavi Mahamudra. They found that the meditators had a better sleep patterns than the non-meditators. During a whole night, scientists measured how people slept and recorded their brain activity. They found that people who meditated had better sleep than those who don't meditate and had fewer times of waking up during the night. This means that meditating regularly can help people have better sleep. Meditation can help us concentrate and pay attention better. In a study, people who did meditation for 3 months made fewer mistakes in a task where they had to say the color of words even when the word was different color. The attentional blink task is like a game where people have to quickly see and recognize different pictures before they learned how to meditate. People were able to correctly identify 58% of the pictures. However, after they learned how to meditate, they were able to correctly identify 69% of the pictures. This means that meditation helps people to pay attention better. A group of scientists from different universities studied how practicing Isha Yoga can help people stay attention better. They found that people who do Isha Yoga can focus and pay attention for longer periods. They can also switch their attention between different things more quickly. Additionally, they found that people who do Isha Yoga are better at changing their thinking and not just doing things automatically. These improvements in attention and thinking are probably because of changes in the brain of people who practice Isha Yoga compared to people who don't. A group of doctors from a school in India asked 128 girls and women from different countries how often they do a certain types of meditation called Shambhavi Mahamudra. Most of them said they do it every day, while the others do it 1 or 3 times in a week. The survey asked people about problems they have during their periods, like cramps, feeling sad before their period, how heavy their periods are, if their period comes in a different times in each month, if they need to go to the doctor for their period problems, and if they have trouble doing things, normal activities during their period. They asked these questions before people started doing a special practice called Shambhavi Mahamudra, and then asked the same question again after the people had been doing these practices for at least 6 months. The study found that doing this Shambhavi Mahamudra helped a lot with the period problems. It made the pain go down by 57%, and it also helped with things like feeling sad or angry, breast pain and bloating. It even made heavy periods happen less often and made periods more regular. People who did the practice needed to see the doctor less and had less trouble doing their job. The researchers think that these practices can be helpful addition to the other treatments for period problems. Just stay focused on your life and keep moving forward. If you are doing your spiritual practices, everything will be taken care of. We hope you learned a lot about this topic in this video. Write your opinion about this video in the comment box, like the video, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Pranam.